All right, the GOP presidential field. Governor, your fellow Republicans that are scrapping it out right now to win the nomination for president. You're not endorsing anyone. I mentioned that as we headed to break. Why not at this point?
As I've told many people, I'm focused on doing my job here in Pennsylvania and getting Pennsylvania going in what I consider to be, and I think the vast majority of the people, the right direction, getting our fiscal house in order, looking at a number of different issues, development of the Marcellus Shale, school reform, privatization of the liquor stores, so transportation. So we're very, very busy. I keep my counsel to myself. I have said that what I would be looking for is somebody who demonstrates executive experience, that understands what it takes when you are the final decision maker, somebody who knows how to delegate and rely on people who he's delegated to, because I think that what we've seen for the last 3 years has been the lack of an executive in that role.
So you're not making any endorsements until there's a nominee. Is that true, or will you jump in late?
I will make a decision as time passes. You know, we're getting closer to January. We're getting closer to the caucuses. But by what I just told you, I've certainly limited myself, haven't I?
A little bit.
Now, I would presume, both being Western Pennsylvania guys, you're at least familiar with Mr. Santorum. How many others from this Republican field do you know on that kind of level?
Well, I know Governor Romney. I know Governor Perry. I know I've met a number of times Newt Gingrich. I think just about everybody but Kane.
Well, Michelle Bachmann ever?
No, that's true. I've not crossed paths with her.
So you mentioned Rick Perry.
Right.
I have to say that you've participated in a lot of debates in your political career, I'm sure. Have you ever come close to a moment like Perry had where just apparently a switch just flipped off and he couldn't remember that third department that he wanted to cut? It's probably a politician's biggest nightmare on stage.
It is a nightmare because, you work, you practice, you have people asking you questions, and you get all these points in your mind, and all of a sudden you just freeze. And I will tell you that's happened to me giving speeches where you're going down and all of a sudden you can't come up with the third or the fourth point. And thankfully, usually I have some notes there on the key things, and I can look down and go, okay, this is what it is. But, I can't imagine what these men and women are going through at this point in time. The pace that they've been on, I know what it is like to run statewide in Pennsylvania, the pace that you're on, the literally 18-hour days that you are putting in. I think people made much to do about nothing when somebody just, I can't remember the fourth point. My goodness. And then eventually somebody jogged his memory, all kicks back in. I think we all suffer that. How many times have you run into somebody and you went, I really know this person. I went to school with this person, and I just can't remember their name.
I'm the worst. I'm the worst with names. To be honest, it's a miracle that I haven't called you Tom Ridge to this point.
That happens quite a bit. I get that quite a bit.
Because Governor Tom, and I was here in the 90s, so it rolls off the tongue. But
I wonder whether they call him Tom Corbett.
Not yet. Maybe later. But yeah, the Perry thing.
I don't mind being compared to Tom.
That was just an awkward 53 seconds to watch, definitely. I don't know if this is a touchy question or not. Maybe it is. If Mitt Romney were to get the nomination, being a Mormon, is that going to hurt him? Does America vote for a Mormon?
I certainly hope not. Let's go back to 1960. It was a big deal at the time that John Kennedy was a Catholic. And I believe he's been the only Catholic we've had as president.
He has been, yeah.
And
that was my point. It hasn't been that long ago.
Religion should not play a role in the decision-making process. However, saying that, I know a lot of people will be looking at the issue of religion. I think you need to take a look at the issue of can this person lead this country?
If the RNC ever came calling, would Tom Corbett even entertain the slightest notion of running for president?
Nor would my wife allow me to. But no, not at all.
Not at all.
I'm focused here on Pennsylvania. I ran in 2010 on behalf of the people of Pennsylvania. I'm staying right here.